Welcome you all to the course Database Management System. Myself, Mohammad Asifuddin Mondal, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Narula Institute of Technology. And this is lecture number 16 of this course. And these are the topics which I am going to cover during my lecture. First, I will discuss about not operator, then order by keyword, then update statement. Then I will discuss about the aggregate function like min max function, count function, average function, sum function, and then null value. So first of all, we will discuss what is not operator. Not operator actually it's operator in SQL which is used in a where clause. Not operator basically selects the record and display the records if the specified condition is not true. That means if the condition is not true, then it will select only those records. So it will select only those records for which the condition is not true. So how to write it? Take an example. Suppose we have to select and display the student records. Those are not belongs to CSA department. So select star from student where not, then department name equal to CSE. That means if the condition department name equal to CSE is not satisfied, then all those record will be get selected. That means once we execute the command, it will display list of all the student records apart from CSE. If you omit the not clause, means suppose the not is not there, suppose this is not there, then what happen? It will select list of all student where department name equal to CSE. That means if the department name equal to CSE, if that condition is satisfied, then the record will be selected. Then it will display all the record of student who belongs to CSE. But if we use the not clause, then if that particular condition is false, then all the record will be selected. Next, order by keyword. The order by keyword is used to sort the result set in ascending order or descending order. Now up to that point of time, whatever we are selecting and displaying the result with the help of select command, we are displaying it in normal random order. But if we want to display the result in sorted order, either in ascending or descending order, then we have to use a keyword which is known as order by keyword. By default, order by keyword sorts the record in ascending order. But to sort the records in descending order, we have to use the keyword DESC. Let's take how to write order by keyword. General syntax. Select column 1, column 2. You have to specify all the attribute name or column name from table name. Then we have to use the order by keyword or order by clause. Order by, then column 1, column 2. Now here we can use either ASC or DESC. Now by default, if we omit that part, by default it will be ascending order. If you want to sort the order in descending order, then you have to write DESC. Let's take an example. Suppose display the list of students in their ascending order of their name. Then we have to write select star from student, as we have to display the records in order of their ascending order of name, so we have to use the order by clause. So select star from student, order by name. Now order by name, after that if we write ASC, then also it will sorted the result in ascending order of them, and if you omit the ASC keyword, then also it will sorted the student according to the ascending order of their name. And suppose if you want to display the name of student in descending order of their name, then you have to write select star from student, order by name, DESC. That means in that case the record will be sorted order as per the name is concerned, and it will be sorted in descending order. So in case of descending order, you have to mention DSC. In case of ASC, you may write or you may not write. By default, it is ascending order. Now the thing is, in the order by clause or order by keyword, we can use multiple attribute name. Take an example. Select star from student, order by department name, comma name. Here we are using two attributes, means we want to sorted the records based on two attributes, so department name, comma name. Then there is no ASC or DSC, so by default it is ascending order. So what is the meaning of that particular command? The meaning of this code is that it will select and display the student record as per sorted order, now based on department name. So it will display the records in sorted order of department name, and as I am not mentioning ASCDC, by default it will be ascending order. So as per the department name is concerned, it will display the records in ascending order of department name. But as we know, a particular department may have more than one student. So CSE student, in CSE department we have more than one students are there. So for a particular department name, if you consider CSE, then again it will sorted the order based on their name. Suppose our department is A, department is B, department is C. First of all, it will display the records in their ascending order of department. So first the department of A will come, then department of B will come, then department of C will come. But in the department A, we have multiple students, and as per the department name is concerned for a particular department, then the record will be sorted based on name. And another example, select star from student, ordered by department name, ASC, name DSC. So it will be little bit different with the previous example. Again, in that example also the record will be displayed in ascending order of the department name, but within the department name the record will be sorted in the descending order of their name. The next topic is update statement. Update statement is used to modify the existing records in a table. The syntax is update table name, then set keyword. You have to set the column of the attribute with the corresponding value, column 1 equal to value 1, comma column 2 equal to value 2, and then where condition, means what is the significance of this word where condition. If the condition is satisfied, then the corresponding attribute name will be updated with the corresponding value in a particular table. Take an example. Suppose we want to update the email address of a particular student who belongs to CSE department and whose roll number or whose ID is 1. Suppose the student has changed his email ID, so we have to update that particular record to the student table. So email has changed by the student, so we have to update the record. That means we have to use the update command. So update, then table name student. What we have to update, which attribute we need to update? Email. So set email equal to the modified value alfred@gmail.com, and then we have to give the condition for which that email will be updated. This will be done with the help of where. So where department name equal to CSC and ID equal to 1. So update student. So updation will be done on the student table. The email attribute will be set with the new value alfred@gmail.com, and the updation will be done for which record? Based on that condition where the department name is CSE and ID equal to 1. So the student of CSE whose ID equal to 1, that student's email ID will be updated with the new value alfred@gmail.com. And a very important point while executing the update command is that where clause is very important. If someone include that particular statement where department name equal to CSE and ID equal to 1, if that is not there, that means this one, update student set email equal to alfred@gmail.com. Suppose who is writing the SQL command forget to include the where clause in the end, what will happen? It will update all the students record with the new email alfred@gmail.com. That means as the where clause is not there, that means no filtration has been done, no specific record has been selected. So email will be set alfred@gmail.com for all the records. So you have to remember, you have to use the where clause. Very important point is that first you have to select the specific record for which you want to make an update. The next topic is aggregate function. Already we have discussed in the relational algebra operation. Now aggregate function is a function which takes multiple value as an input and produce a single value as an output. For example, min function, max function are aggregate function, because min function, it takes set of values as the input and produce a single value which is the minimum value among the multiple value. Similarly, max is also aggregate function. It takes multiple value, produces a single value as an output. Now min function returns the smallest value of the selected column. Max function returns the largest value of the selected column. The general syntax of min function: select min keyword. Min is the function. Now next, within bracket we have to specify the column name for which we want to find the minimum value from table name, then where condition. Take an example. Suppose we want to display the minimum average marks, the lowest marks in a relation student. So which is the lowest marks in the relation student? So how to write? That means you have to find the minimum marks. So you have to use the min function. So select, you have to use min function. Now you have to specify the attribute for which you want to find the mean function, mean value. So mean within bracket average marks. So that means against the attribute average marks, against the attribute average marks, there are a set of value. Now on the set of value, mean function will return only a single value, which one is the minimum average marks. And then I am renaming it with the help of as keyword. As lowest marks means the attribute is while displaying it, the attribute name is renamed as a lowest marks from student. So output will be a single attribute lowest marks and a single entry which is the minimum average marks from the student table. Next, the syntax of max function. So just opposite of max is just opposite of min. Instead of returning the minimum value, max will return the maximum value against that attribute name and the column name. Suppose we want to display which one is the maximum marks in the student table. So select max, we have to use the max function. We want to use the max function on the attribute average marks. So in the average marks, there is set of value, multiple value. Apart in the among the multiple value, max function will return the maximum value among the multiple values. And it is not, this should not be lowest marks, it should be highest marks. Let me change it. It should be highest marks. Highest marks. So this will be the highest marks from student. So that is how we can use the mean and max function. Now apart from mean and max function, we have another aggregate function which is count function. So count function returns the number of row that matches a specific criteria. Let's check how to use count function in a general syntax. Select count column name from table name where condition. So count means it will count how many data are there against the attribute column name. Suppose we want to display how many students records are there in student table. Means how many students are there in student table. That means we have to count. Now the point is that we may count which we want to count. Student, we have to count student. So now we may use the count function against any one of the attribute, but it is better to use the count function on those attribute for which no null value is there. What is null value? The attribute for which null means no value is there. So we have to select only those attributes for which value should be there. So here we have used the count function against the attribute id, and as we know, id is a primary key and primary key is not null, so id against the attribute id value is there. So what it will do, count function will count how many records are there against the attribute id. Just take for example, suppose id is 1, next id 2, next id 3, next id 4, next id 5. So how many id are there? 5. So count basically counts how many value present against a particular attribute id. So instead of id you can use name also, so then it will count how many values are present against the attribute name. So you can use any one of the attribute, but it is better to use the attribute which value is not null. And another important aggregate function is average function. Average function returns the average value of a numeric column. Important point, the average function should be applied on numeric column, whereas the count can be applied on any data type column, but average should be used on a numeric column, because average means you have to sum it up against a particular attribute and then you have to divide it by the number of records, but it will do automatically if you write average. Now our syntax is select average, then you have to specify the column name for which you want to calculate the average from table name where condition. This is the example. Suppose you want to display the average marks of all the students, so that means we have to perform the average operation on the attribute name average mark. So select average within bracket average mark, so average function will be employed on the average marks. So select average marks as average underscore marks underscore all. This is the renaming it from student. So output will be a single attribute average underscore marks underscore all, and it will be a single value which is the average marks of all the students. The next aggregate function is sum function. Sum function returns the total sum of a numeric column. Again, it is same as like average, as far as in which column we may apply. Sum is also applicable only for a numeric column. And the general syntax, select sum column name from table name where condition. As usual, you have to specify the column name against which you want to perform the sum operation. Take an example. Suppose we want to display the total marks, total average marks. That means we have to display the total average marks secured by all the students. So you have to sum it up. Now what we have to sum it up? Average marks. So select sum average marks. Then again I am renaming it as total underscore marks underscore all from student. So again the output will be a single attribute total underscore marks underscore all, and it will have a single value which is the summation of against the attribute average marks. Next is null value. Null value, a field with a null value is a field with no value, means against a particular attribute or against a particular column, if it is null, that means that attribute may have some value, it may not have no value. If a field in a table is optional, it is possible to insert a new record or update a record without adding a value to this field. Then the field will be saved with a null value. That means if no constant is applied while creating a table, then we can insert a record or update a record without adding a value to this field. So then that field will be saved with a null value. Let's take an example. Suppose I want to display all the student ID, their corresponding name and their department name, who does not have their email. So you have to select those record for which the email attribute, in the email attribute no data is there. So select ID comma name comma department name from student. Then we have to write the condition where email is null. So the condition is email is null. So if the value against the attribute email is not present, so against the attribute email, if the value is not present, means is null, then only those record will be get selected. But if the against the attribute email, if there is a value, then that value will not be selected. So if you execute that command, it will display the name, ID, name and department name for all the student who doesn't have email ID. And just opposite of is null is not null. Suppose you want to display the ID, name and department name of all the students who have an email. So what is the condition? Select ID comma name comma department from student where email is not null. So the condition is email is not null. So that means if that condition is satisfied, then those record will be selected. That means if the email has some value, some kind of email value is there, then those record will be selected. And these are the references you may go through for more details on SQL.